Welcome to my YouTube channel E-GeO. Today we are going to learn about a case study on a volcano. As you can see on the board, the case study title is Causes of a Volcanic Eruption. Name of volcano is Mount St. Helens, which was erupted in 1980. So we are going to learn about how Mount St. Helens was erupted in 1980. What were the causes of this eruption? Right? Okay. Now, as far as case studies on volcanoes are concerned, there could be three different kind of case studies which you should be prepared for IGCSE geography. Number one case study is causes of a volcanic eruption. You need to find out, you need to research about at least one volcanic eruption, the causes of it. Second case study could be on the effects of the volcanic eruption. And third case study could be asked on opportunities provided by a named volcanic eruption, right? So opportunities, effects and causes. We are going to do today only the causes of volcanic eruption, right? Fine. Now let us look at this diagram first of all. Mount St. Helens is located in North America, right? And North America, on one side there is Pacific Ocean. We all know that. Pacific Ocean itself is a Pacific plate. So Pacific plate is oceanic plate, North American plate is a continental plate, right? Now what happens? Pacific plate is divided into another plate. Yon de Fuca is a minor plate which is separating out from the Pacific plate. Listen, Yon de Fuca plate is a minor plate which is separating out from Pacific plate. It means that Pacific plate and Yon de Fuca plate are moving in opposite direction. This portion, this is Yon de Fuca plate. Actually, this was Pacific plate, but Yon de Fuca plate separated out from Pacific plate, and in between Pacific and Yon de Fuca plate, there is a mid-oceanic ridge which is in construction stage. Means that there is a hot spot, and from hot spot lava is continuously coming out, which has formed a mountain ridge under the sea, which is, so whenever a mountain ridge is been formed, it is called mid-oceanic ridge because it is in the Pacific Ocean, right? Now Yon de Fuca plate is moving towards North American plate, whereas North American plate is moving towards Yon de Fuca plate. It means that both of these plates are forming a conversion plate boundary. Conversion plate boundaries means those boundaries where two tectonic plates comes together. So here Yon de Fuca and North American plate are coming together, and that's why they have formed a conversion plate boundary. Generally, if you see, most of the volcanic eruptions are caused in the areas where diversion plate boundaries are formed. I mean, where two plates move away, the volcanic material, that is magma, comes out in the form of lava in diversion plate boundary. But here this is a different case where a conversion plate boundary has led to the eruption of one of the greatest volcanic eruption in North America, right? So Yon de Fuca plate is moving towards North American plate, North American plate is moving towards Yon de Fuca plate, and they have formed a conversion plate boundary. This is one cause. Forming a conversion plate boundary by Yon de Fuca and North American plate is one of the cause of volcanic eruption. Yon de Fuca plate is oceanic plate, North American plate is continental plate. Now we all know that whenever an oceanic and continental plate comes together, being heavy, being denser, the oceanic plate will always subduct. Okay, so subduction will be like if there are two plates coming together. Okay, oceanic and continental. This is continental, this is oceanic. So when they come together, what will happen? That oceanic plates are heavy, they have more weight, they are more denser, so they will subduct under the continental plate, right? Same thing happened over here, that Yuan-Di Fuca plate has started subducting under the this way, subducting under the North American plate, whereas North American plate has started lifting up. So you can see here that if you see the height also, Yuan-Di Fuca plate is going down under the North American plate, whereas North American plate is moving up. You can see these arrows are showing that direction, that it is moving up. And this is the ridge. This is on the coast of North America, a mountain range has been formed. Okay, this entire area is dominated by one of the greatest mountain range. Fine. Now, because of this subduction, now whenever subduction happens, subduction took place, what happens? Due to the subduction of Yuan-Di Fuca plate under North American plate, the subducted part, because whenever it goes under, whenever subduction took place, it creates, wherever at the boundary, they will create friction, right? And that friction will lead to the generation of more heat. So because of subduction, more heat is being generated over here, and as the plate goes under the North American plate, the subducted part has started melting. Okay, the melted part become melted portion of the subducted part of Yuan-Di Fuca plate becomes the part of magma chamber. Okay, it means that earlier there was magma, now one more layer of magma being added because of the subduction of Yuan-Di Fuca plate. So because of that subduction, more magma is generated under the North American plate. Because of this intense pressure and heat, through cracks, magma has started coming out with a blast, and that had resulted into the eruption of Mount St. Helens. So Mount St. Helens is erupted on 18th May 1980 in North America. So this volcano is located on the land in North American plate, on the North American plate. Okay, now let us look at what are the causes. Okay, we have discussed already the causes, but how we will go step by. So first of all, what happened? The conversion plate boundary has been formed between Yuan-Di Fuca and North American plate. Okay, Yuan-Di Fuca is an oceanic plate, North American plate is continental plate. Oceanic plate has started subducting under the North American plate. So this is one of the cause. After that, what happened? Due to subduction, more pressure has been created, more heat has been created, and the subducted part has started melting. Okay, so it has added to the melted material become the part of the magma chamber. Okay, that is what written. Pressure buildup at subduction zone, friction at subduction zone, which leads to increased heat and pressure. Because of heat and pressure, the subducted portion of Yuan-Di Fuca plate melted, right? The melted material has been added to the magma chamber under the North American plate, and initially what happened, that magma has started coming out through cracks, right, and weaknesses. So it has come out through Mount St. Helens. Fine. So this is friction at subduction zone, increased heat and pressure, subducted portion of Yuan-Di Fuca plate melted, increased concentration of magma in the magma chamber. Magma rose to the top through cracks and erupted finally in 1980. Okay, with this what happened? 18th May 1980, early in the morning, there was an earthquake of 5.1 magnitude in this region. Okay, because of this subduction, because of conversion boundary, early morning 1980, 18th of May, there was an earthquake of 5.1 magnitude. Due to that earthquake, there were landslides in this region, there were landslides and avalanches. Avalanches and landslides has added pressure. Avalanches and landslides had added pressure. So the pressure buildup under the North American plate was enormous, was very high, and that has led to the eruption of Mount St. Helens. Okay, so what are the causes you will be writing in your answer? So you will start writing the causes of the volcanic eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980. You will start with conversion plate boundary. You need to name these two plates, John D. Fuca and North American plate. You also need to mention that John D. Fuca plate is an oceanic plate, North American plate is a continental plate. Due to the subduction, friction at subduction zone has generated more heat and pressure, which has resulted into the melting of Yonde Fuca plate. What is melting? The subducted portion. So subducted portion was melted, and that melted material has added more pressure, which has resulted into the volcanic eruption in 1980. Apart from that, there was also an earthquake early in the morning of 5.1 magnitude, which has resulted into landslides and avalanches in this region, that also added as a part of cause. So that also become a cause because it has also created lot more pressure on this magma chamber to come out, and that has started coming out in the form of eruption. That was the Mount St. Helens volcanic eruption. So this terminology which is written over here, these are step-wise description. You need to mention these things in your answer in a proper format. You will get 7 out of 7 marks. So either you remember this diagram, okay, and explain step-wise formation. First of all, the first step is this. This is Pacific and Yonde Fuca plate have been separated, and there is an oceanic ridge created. This is the first step. Yonde Fuca plate has started moving towards North American plate. North American plate is already moving towards Yonde Fuca plate, has created a conversion plate boundary. That is the second step. Third step is the Yonde Fuca plate, being an oceanic plate, has started subducting under North American plate. That is third step. The subducted portion has created more friction, which resulted into the generation of more heat and pressure and added material to the magma chamber. Magma chamber has witnessed a lot more pressure, and magma has started coming out through a blast, lateral blast, in the form of the eruption of Mount St. Helens, right? So this is how you need to write down your answer. Fine. So this is all about the causes of volcanic eruption. The name of the volcano, remember, is Mount St. Helens. It was erupted on 18th May 1980. Okay, you may remember the date. You may not remember the date. That is not compulsory at all, but you should mention the name of the volcano. So name of the volcano is Mount St. Helens, and it was erupted in 1980 in North America. The reasons we have already described, right? So you can note down step-wise, you note down the steps, that what were the causes of the eruption of Mount St. Helens. I have written all these terms. These are the terminologies which you have to use in your answer to get 7 mark case study, right? 7 marks in the case study question, right? So this case study is all about the causes of a volcanic eruption. Okay, I want you all to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. The name of my channel is E-GeO. Everything is geography. Till then, have a nice day.